Sports.
We are Black Wars. We are LA.
Halos had a tough time last night offensively. Dropped game one of this four-game set against the Baltimore Orioles by the final of 5-1. Tonight they look to bounce back in game two. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A and alongside my partner, Mark Goobs. I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us for Angels baseball here on KCOP My 13. Mike Scioscia tonight will hand the ball off to the left-hander Jason Vargas. And Jason, coming off a very good start against the Seattle Mariners, even though he took the loss.
Yeah, Victor, he threw the ball exceptionally well. And if he's watching that game last night, the way Joe Blanton went after his Baltimore club, you utilize your off-speed. And he had a great changeup last time out against Seattle, both inside and outside with his changeup, righty-lefties. His curveball was effective. Very good fastball. 7 punch-outs in 8 innings for Jason Vargas. He's got an unbelievable career ERA against Baltimore, just barely over 2 at 2.03. 1-2 career mark, but he's throwing the ball exceptionally well against him. Look for him to attack with all speed and occasionally go upstairs with a fastball, but he should be very good against this lineup.
Now, the Angels offense last night had their hands full with Southern California product Chris Tillman. The Halos had an opportunity early on in that first inning with Josh Hamilton getting the base hit. They need Hamilton, as well as the other guys, to kind of get it going against this Orioles team.
Victor, Josh has tremendous numbers in his career also. We see with Vargas, same thing with Hamilton. He drives the ball with authority against his club. 340 career batting average, 11 big flies. So you got to get yourself into fastball counts. When Josh gets himself out, it's mainly on curveballs and split finger fastballs in the dirt. He's facing a guy right now, Miguel Gonzalez, who has a very good split finger fastball. Force that up in the strike zone, make good contact, drive the ball, and give the team an opportunity to get an early lead.
Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez, a great story. Last year picked up his very first Major League win right here at the Big A, Southern California product himself. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. A warm evening. You wonder if the baseball is going to travel tonight, and hopefully Jason Vargas keeps the baseball down in the zone against this very aggressive Baltimore Orioles offensive unit. Baltimore taking game one last night by the score of 5-1. You just saw Jason Vargas and the rest of the Angels taking the field, and we will check out the Orioles starting nine as presented by Buck Showalter. They are 3.5 games back in the East with a 17-12 record. Nolan Reimold, who was a DH last night, will lead things off in left field. Manny Machado is at third base. Nick Markakis in right. Adam Jones is the cleanup hitter in center. Chris Davis at first base. Matt Wieters is doing the catching. J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. Steve Pearce sees action for the first time in this series. He's the DH. And Alexi Casilla will get the start tonight at second base, and he will bat tonight. Taking on Jason Vargas, still looking for that first win as a member of the Angels, but threw the ball very, very well the last time out, and you hope that, especially what Joe Blanton did last night, that he can kind of carry over that game plan tonight.
Yeah, he had an outstanding balance in that game against the Seattle Mariners. We talked about in the pregame show how he used his changeup so well. His fastball command was there for him, and his breaking pitch also. But I just like the way he went out and attacked the batters. We've always seen that from Jason, very aggressive. He looked like he got back to that form last time out.
Defensively behind Vargas tonight, you've got J.B. Shuck in left, Mike Trout at center. Mark Trumbo is in right. Alberto Callaspo and Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield. Howie Kendrick and Albert Pujols on the right side, and Chris Iannetta back behind the plate.
And it's good to see Alberto Callaspo back at third base. One error so far this season is turned one double play. Strong throwing arm. The team is so much better with Alberto back in the lineup as far as his bat and his ability to come in on the baseball with that strong throwing arm.
Callaspo activated off the disabled list. Andrew Romine sent down to AAA Salt Lake. That means Luis Jimenez is still on this roster. As a matter of fact, before the game today, before batting practice, Luis was out in left field with Dino Ebel, tracking baseballs off the bat, making him a little bit more valuable. We saw him at first base in spring training as well. First one tonight is in there for a strike on Nolan Reimold. Reimold batting in the 9th spot last night. It's a DH, went 2 for 4 and scored 3 times. No, one pitch. Missed in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orioles with a 17-12 record. They are 10-7 out on the road this year. That's tied with the St. Louis Cardinals for most road wins in Major League Baseball. This one's driven out toward right field. Trumbo immediately being tested, going back near the wall, gets spun around and makes the two-handed grab at the hip. 1 out.
We talked about baseball carrying well here because of the warm weather. Reimold going the other way. That's a pretty good swing for him. Trumbo back to the wall and utilizing that 2-hand to make the catch. Sometimes you see guys just reach up with 1 hand and the ball will come out of the glove, but using both hands to make sure he secured it.
Textbook. It's an out.
It's an out.
Manny Machado will step in, the third baseman. He will take upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes on Machado. 11-game hitting streak for the youngster. After going 2 for 4 last night and picking up an RBI. He has 3 home runs, 18 RBIs on the year. 12 doubles. That's second in the American League.
Well, just a fabulous young hitter. Very quick on the pitch on the inner half, and he's very good on change-ups away also.
1-1 pitch is just a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Machado with that 11-game hitting streak is the longest for the Orioles this year. He shoots this one into right field. Is that going to hang up for Trumbo? It does.
But that was a tough play because that went right into that little bit of sun that's still shining here at the Big A at this time of the night. Right fielders have a difficult task early in the game. Then it's all right after that point. But running in, you can see the glare of the sun as he's coming in on the baseball right there. Very difficult play. 2 outs. Yeah, Trumbo very active already.
Ribbon of sunshine coming through the upper deck here as the sun begins to set.
He's loose.
Yeah. Well, if he wasn't before, he is now. Which is always good. Nick Markakis swings to the first one, drives one out the left. J.B. Shuck wants to get into the action, and he does. 3 fly ball outs for Jason Vargas. We'll head to the bottom of the first with no score. inning. We'll check out Mike Scioscia starting 9 for this evening. Halos at 10-18, 7 back in the West. Have Eric Ibar leading things off at shortstop. Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols at first. Trumbo getting the start in right field. Hamilton will serve as the DH tonight. Kendrick at second. Alberto Castro back in the lineup. He's at third. Chris Iannetta had 3 days off because of that marathon on Monday. He's back in the starting lineup. And J.B. Shuck will bat tonight and play left field as they take on the 28-year-old native of the San Fernando Valley and former Angel farmhand, good guy, Miguel Gonzalez.
But Miguel Gonzalez last year threw a really good game against the Angels. Went 7 innings, picked up the victory. Just 1 earned run, loud fastball, not overpowering. 88-93, good slider, curveball, and a very good split finger fastball, which he throws a lot in strikeout situations.
I'll give you the defense for the Orioles after Eric Ibar's plate appearance as he leads things off. The first one is a little bit high. Eric went 1 for 4 yesterday. He's got a little 6-game hitting streak going. Even 300 with 2 doubles, 1 RBI. Gonzalez with a 2-1 record and a 4.60 ERA this season. Here's the 1-0. This one's pulled to the right side. Chris Davis has it and waves off Gonzalez. There's out number 1. Let's check out the Orioles defensively behind Gonzalez. You've got Reimel, Jones, and Markakis in the outfield from left to right. The infield includes Machado, Hardy, Casilla, and Davis from third to first. Matt Wieters behind the plate.
And Machado at third base eventually will be the shortstop for Baltimore. But I'll tell you what, he's very athletic. His 2 errors made in 29 starts. He made some of the best plays you're going to see in baseball last season as far as coming in on the bunts. Great range and an extremely strong throwing arm.
Here's Mike Trout with 1 out. The base is clear. First one is a little bit up and in. Trout went 0 for 3 yesterday. As a matter of fact, the Angels just managed 4 hits on the night. That is a season low for them. Chris Tillman did a terrific job for Baltimore. This one's driven out to center field. Adam Jones got a good jump on it. Reaches up and he makes the running catch. Round number 2, and that's one of those where you think you have a beat on it. The ball just continues to carry.
Always the most difficult play for a center fielder is a baseball right at him. Trout can't hit it much better than that. Jones able to track it down at the end, had to leap up and catch it. Never took his eye off the baseball, able to look it into the glove, but well hit for Trout.
Jones a Gold Glover making nice play. And Albert will step up, but the base is clear. Orioles over shifting. Albert pops this one up. Chris Davis drifting toward the foul line. Makes the catch. And the Angels go down in order as Gonzalez throws just 5 pitches. 1 complete here at the Big A. We're scoreless. League West, the Halos, as we pointed out, down 7 in that West of the Texas Rangers. Texas shutting out the Boston Red Sox, which is Surprising considering the Red Sox, the way they've swung the bat of late. 7-0 at the ballpark in Arlington. Seattle 4.5 back, and Oakland is 1 back. Both starters with 1, 2, 3 first innings. Vargas to face Adam Jones, Chris Davis, Matt Wieters here in the second. Adam Jones had a 1-for-4 game last night. A good start offensively. There's a strike. .331 batting average for Adam Jones. 4 home runs at 21 runs batted in.
Well, Gonzalez needed just 5 pitches to get through that inning. Vargas 8 in the top of the first.
Bouncer foul. It's an 0-2 count. Mentioned Jones with that .331 batting average. As a matter of fact, the Orioles have 3 guys in the top 10 in the American League in batting average. Chris Davis, Nate McLouth, who's not playing tonight, and Adam Jones. 0-2, missed inside. I don't believe that Adam Jones is going to be hacking any pitches on the inside part of the plate tonight.
No.
Considering he beat up his left leg.
His shin and his foot last night.
Against Joe Blanton. 1-2. In the air to right. Trumbo comes in a couple of steps. 1 out. Check out the umpires for tonight's ball game. It's Manny Gonzalez on the balls and strikes behind the plate. Second time we've seen him behind the plate. He does a really nice job.
Yeah, we saw him in Seattle.
Yeah, at the strike zone. Wally Bell is over at first base. Larry Vanover at second base. And Tony Randazzo is over at third. So Chris Davis will step up. A little lefty-lefty matchup here. And Davis pushes a bunt foul on the third base side. We saw that last night from Davis. He is certainly not afraid to do that on occasion if they're going to give it to him.
Why not at that point?
And it doesn't have to be perfectly placed. He could just punch it towards third.
Especially in that situation where you have 1 out, no one on, trying to create an opportunity to get on base. Now, RBI situation, you're going to see him swinging.
See where Callaspo's playing now. Alberto actually cheating in a couple of steps. And again. And it's an 0-2 count. Angels will take it, though.
Davis is 2 for 10 in his career versus Vargas. Especially back-to-back attempts. Now he's behind in the count 0-2. You can really expand the strike zone. You go up and in, or you can go that sweeping breaking ball away.
This one's fouled off the left. Davis mentioned that .337 batting average, 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. OPS of over 1,100 for Chris Davis. Slugging percentage plus on base percentage. This one's down the left field line, tailing foul. Davis slugging at a .704 clip. His on base percentage at .438.
A lot of times you'll see pitchers for the Angels go back inside after that fastball in. This time maybe to go away.
Jams him, and this one's rolled over to Alberto. Davis broke his bat. 2 outs.
First ground ball out recorded for Vargas in this game after 4 fly ball outs. Went back inside once again with the fastball. Back it up. After that fastball, the pitch before was in. Came right back inside and breaks the bat of Chris Davis and gets that weak ground ball to Callaspo.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Wieters. Switch hitter batting from the right side against Vargas. Wieters last night 1 for 4. Hitting .229 with 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Wieters 26 years of age from the first round back in 2007. A big guy, too, for being a catcher. 6'5", listed at 240. He fouls this one off to the right. 2 balls and a strike.
Real good defensive catcher also. You mentioned last night has thrown out over 58% of would-be base stealers against him. Quick release. Calls a good game. Quiet behind the plate for being that big.
3 balls and a strike.
And the big thing I mean by being quiet behind the plate, you don't tip off location. A lot of times you'll see a catcher move a lot, and you're going to make noise going from one side of the plate to the other. Gives a hitter an indication where the pitch is going to be thrown.
3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Well, it's 6'5", 240. You don't have to move very far to show a target.
One way or the other way.
Yeah. A nice little advantage for him. Gold Glove Award winner himself. A full count with 2 outs. Hardy's on deck, and he walked a first base runner of the game. Comes via the walk, and up steps the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. An Orioles team that is managed by Buck Showalter. The job he did last year, 93-win team. Taking care of the Texas Rangers in that 1-game playoff game in Texas. Hardy looks at a strike. 3rd full season for Showalter at the helm.
Out of nowhere for Baltimore, really, when you think about it. The club, everyone is anticipating last year losing 100 games. Instead, nearly won 100.
Now, the year before, they lost 93. So a heck of a turnaround to win 93. This one bounced over to short. Ibar will feed Kendrick, and the inning comes to an end. We will head to the bottom of the second here at the Big A with no score. Miguel Gonzalez needing 5 pitches to get through the first against the Angels. He'll face Trumbo, Hamilton, and Kendrick. Big Bang Friday fireworks after the ball game. Folks still filling out the ballpark. The Angels with the loss last night, now 6-7 here at home. Still treading water, if you will, trying to keep things afloat, try to find some consistency in their play and try to pick up a winning streak. They've had that 3-game winning streak, of course, with that sweep of the Detroit Tigers.
Still trying to put all 3 phases together.
Yeah.
It's been the defense, the hitting, pitching, getting close at times. You got to put all 3 of those phases together to be able to have a prolonged winning streak.
Yep. Trumbo to lead things off. He went 0 for 3 last night. Drops his batting average below 300. 293 as he drives this one out to deep left center field. Forget about it. Gone. A big fly for Mark Trumbo. 1-0 Angels.
Mark got that first pitch fastball and did not miss that one. 7th home run, 18th RBI. He's now 2 for 2 in his career versus Gonzalez with 2 home runs. What a great balance of through the baseball. You talk about squaring up a baseball. Trumbo certainly did that. It didn't take any time to get that one out.
What was your concern about him hitting no home runs in spring training?
He was saving for the regular season. He's not wasting them.
They don't really count in spring training.
No, they're never on your bubblegum card, that's for sure. Last 13 games, 6 big flies for him.
Did you ever have a good spring training and you wanted it to be on your bubblegum card?
After all my Aprils, yes.
0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Hamilton. Joshua had 1 for 4 yesterday. Had that first inning base hit with Trout at second base, but Mike, I should say, got thrown out at the plate. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs for Hamilton. They play him to pull in the infield. And that is a called strike 3 on the outside corner with a fastball. First strike out of the night for Gonzalez.
We talk about jumping on a fastball. We got a good view from that one right there inside part of the plate. No doubter. It's a great swing. That's a confident swing from Trumbo. I had a long conversation with him earlier today about finding ways for this team to get that energy level back up there and start winning some games. And certainly that provides it with that swing.
How do you do that? I mean, you hear that so much. We've talked so often about Torrey Hunter in this clubhouse and the impact. How do you do that? Does it have to be one particular guy to be a raw guy in the clubhouse or on the bench?
It helps, but I think it's a combination of players. Sometimes you'll see some pitchers with some energy level, even if they're rooting in that dugout. But generally when it comes to everyday players, you want some of your star players, when they put together a good swing or a good play in the field, just pump your fist. Sometimes that kind of creates that good positive energy that you need in that dugout.
Howie behind in the count at 1-2. 0 for 3 last night, hitting .291 now. This is grounded towards second base. Alexi Casilla has it. 2 outs.
When I played for the Angels, Darren Erstad was a guy who he was a high energy guy. I mean, he was getting his uniform dirty, all those things. Tim Salmon was there, Garrett Anderson, Jim Edmonds, all those great players. But it's Erstad's energy that really kind of got everyone going during the course of a game. The other guys were going to have their great at-bats, but Erstad brought that energy level there.
Yeah, it's funny because now that with Alberto Callaspo back and playing third base every day, that's why we talk so much about Luis Jimenez the way we did when he first came up and made an impact both defensively and offensively. That it wasn't so much what he was doing with the bat or the glove. It's just the kind of the way and the energy that he brought to the guys in the dugout. He was rooting everybody on. He was pumping the fist. He was certainly not afraid to show the moxie out there. You know, he's 24. He's a rookie. He's not the guy that's going to step up for the ball club, but you like to see those kind of things. Fans want to see those kind of things, especially when the team is struggling the way it has been.
You want to see emotion. You want to see when the guy makes a good play. I remember when Howie made that play in Seattle, that fist pump he had was great.
Callaspo grounds out to end the inning, but the Angels on the big bat of Mark Trumbo take the lead here. Trumbo with his 7th of the year. We played 2, and it's 1-0 Angels.
Bottom of the second, giving the Angels a 1-0 lead. As Jason Vargas has a little runs to work with here. Again, he's been throwing the ball well. And Trumbo very active in right field. Already made a couple plays. Hit his way.
Yeah, 3 fly balls to Trumbo. 8-9-1 for Baltimore here. Pierce, Casilla, and Reimold. Steve Pierce serving as a DH tonight. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Pierce hitting 179 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. And it was 10th ball game.
Well, we always remember him as a guy that looks fastball every pitch.
He pops this one up to shallow right center field. Now Kendrick is there. It's still backpedaling out there. Maybe Trout should have called him off. Hey fans, now's the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the season. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. To reserve your suite, just call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/suites.
Again, one of those plays like that, when you're an infielder going back and you're calling off, and Howie was emphatic about calling for that ball, the outfielder still has the option to call him off.
So sharply hit to Alberto Callasco. Has to wait for Pujols to get to the bag. 2 outs. Ball seems to find you right when you come back in into the lineup.
Well, we always talked about how good his hands are at third base and that strong throwing arm also. It's so important to the defense, but especially with the bat from Mike Scioscia. Flexibility between him and Eric Ibar back in the lineup together.
Back in the lineups. First time since April the 11th. Nolan Reimold is the leadoff man in left field. That drive out to right field that Trumbo made the catch on. 0 for 1. Off speed pitch. Catches the outside corner.
Starting to get a feel for that pitch. The first inning didn't really have a feel for his changeup. His fastball was the key pitch to get 3 fly ball outs.
Fastball on the inside corner. 1-2.
Boy, Jason has great balance over the pitching row, but it's that slight hip turn for him allows him to work downhill very effectively and create deception, hiding the baseball.
Lays off the off speed. Did not go, says Wally Bell at first base. Evens the count up. Jason had started against the Seattle Mariners. Took the loss, went 8 innings. Allowed 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits. 2 solo home runs. The undoing. Hit 7 strikeouts, a season high. Full count now with Machado on deck. Mark Trumbo putting the Angels up 1-0 with a leadoff home run in the second, 7th of the year.
Yeah, Morse and Jason Bay both got fastballs inside against Vargas.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Reimold. Vargas picks up his first strikeout of the night. A shutdown inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Angels still lead it. Courtesy of Trumbo's 7th home run of the year, leading off the 2nd inning. Jason Vargas picked up his first strikeout. The second time tonight that he's retired the side in order. Iannetta, Shuck, and Ibar. 8-9-1 for the Angels here in the 3rd against Miguel Gonzalez. They're sitting 222 with 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Lays off the first one and takes a strike. First game for Chris Iannetta since Monday.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels good to see him back in there.
It's just below the knees to even the count.
You think about it, catching 19 innings, 6.5-hour game, calling all those pitches. It went from a hot day in Oakland to a cold, cold night.
Yep. Chris went 0 for 6 in that ball game. Pinch hit the next day, and that's the only action he has seen. Gonzalez with 1 strikeout, no walks, and 1 hit allowed. That was the home run. 2-2.
When coming into this game, Gonzalez with 17 strikeouts, but 14 walks and 29 in the 3rd. That's a pretty high amount of walks. Early in this game, though, 20 pitches thrown, 15 in the strike zone.
2-2, and he got him swinging. Second strikeout for Gonzalez. The first out here in the 3rd is in the books. And up steps J.B. Shuck.
A nice job of coming right back inside. The 2-seam fastball, they get a swing and miss. Stays on top, works that 2-seamer. Down and in. So far, very effective. Changing speeds, hitting his spots.
J.B. Shuck looks at his strike. The Angels left fielder 0 for 3 last night, hitting .375. A couple of doubles, 3 runs batted in. Oh, 2.
Gonzalez has faced 9 batters so far in the game. 7 first pitch strikes, 4 0-2 counts against him also.
One ball, 2 strikes.
That's that split finger fastball. We haven't seen a lot from that yet. That's his go-to pitch for the swing and miss. Some odd splits for him, though. Left-handed batters hitting .218 against him with no home runs. Right-handed batters hitting .333, and now with 5 home runs against him.
Chuck pulls this one to the right side. Diving stop by Davis. He'll feed Gonzalez, 2 outs. Nice play by the big first baseman to rob Shuck of a base hit.
Boy, Davis has played some third base at the major leagues, so you know he has pretty good range. Shows it right there with a nice play and good feed to Gonzalez covering the base.
He's played some outfield as well, some right field. And if I remember correctly, I think he's been on the mound. I think he pitched
he did.
against the Red Sox at Fenway Park, if I remember correctly, last year. Back to the top of the order now, Eric Ibar. With 2 outs, bases clear. 1-0 Angels here in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric grounded out to Davis in the 1st, so he's 0 for 1. Gonzalez, 28 years of age. San Fernando Valley, went to L.A. Mission Junior College. Signed with the Angels as a non-drafted free agent. And just kind of went through the system. Tore his meniscus. 2008, missed all of that season. Then became a Rule 5 pick of the Boston Red Sox. Had Tommy John surgery the following season. Eventually let go and then signed by the Orioles last year right here at the Big A on July the 6th. Picked up his first major league win. A 3-2 win in that one.
He threw the ball very, very well that day.
Ibar fouls it off to the left. The special thing about that day, as we found out after the game, well, we found out during the game, but the story to a minor league teammate of Nick Adenhart. Adenhart had given him a glove when they were in the minor leagues together in 2007. And he had kept it with him after the passing of Nick. He used that glove right here at the stadium as he picked up his first big league win. Ibar rips one into the corner right field. This one's hit well. Markakis is going back, and now it's off the wall. Eric is on his way to second with a 2-out double.
Unlike that game last year, not many baseballs were hit well against Gonzalez, but there's been 3 baseballs crushed. One by Trumbo out of the ballpark, this one off the wall. So Mike Scioscia is going to go out and discuss where this baseball went off the wall at. It's a 4-seam fastball that stayed inner half, and Ibar turned on it. Ibar's quick on the ball inside.
Just to the left there. And so Mike is asking both Larry Vanover and Wally Bell if that ball hit the top of the wall. But you know what? If they saw it stay in the ballpark, you don't have to go and review it. But if they do, 3 umpires will leave the field, and it looks like they are going to review it.
Let's see where this baseball. It looked like right on that corner between the low part of the wall and the higher part. Now, if it hits that padding above that short wall, that may be considered a home run at that point.
So they're going to go check it out. As it stands right now, it's the 3rd double for Eric Ibar this young season.
And I was going to say the other ball that was hit well was Trout's out the center. So here's another angle we're going to be able to look at to see if indeed if this ball can potentially be ruled a home run. It's going to be pretty tough to make that call other than the double. Again, that's what the rule is in place for, to make sure you get the call right. And next year, we're going to see even more of an expanded look at replay in baseball.
Yeah, there was talk that they were going to try and incorporate it for this season. They're still trying to figure out the logistics of it. Everything's still run out of Major League Baseball offices in New York.
See, this is where the baseball hits, right there. And that's the discussion is going to be in the video room.
Now, one of the things that they've talked about as far as instant replays, they can't figure out the definitive way of doing it. I know we've touched on it a number of times. I still think the best way to do reviews is doing it in each ballpark, each stadium. They're going to come in and there's a double. And the reason I say that is you've got a 4-man crew already. Why not increase the umpiring crew to a 5-man crew where that 5th umpire, which still rotates on the field, is in a box in the stadium with access to the replays. Umpires could just buzz each other or talk to each other. Nobody has to leave the field.
Like in hockey, they do the same thing where they send that up to Toronto, I think it is, in hockey, where they review that. And that way they're right on the ice to be able to make the call as quick as possible because it's always the discussion, the pace of baseball and slowing it down even more so.
So Trout will step up with the man in scoring position. The first one gets by Wieters, and Ibar will advance to third. A wild pitch.
First one this year for Gonzalez. And the importance of that pitch getting away from Wieters is now you potentially take away the split finger fastball from Gonzalez if he does indeed get ahead of Trout at some point during this at bat. You're more apt to go after him with fastballs and breaking ball rather than that nasty split finger because that always ends up in the dirt.
Trout drove one to straightaway center field that Adam Jones tracked down in the first inning, so Mike is 0 for 1. The biggest obstacle for Major League Baseball is deciding what plays to review and where do you draw the line. 1-0 pitch. Strike.
Certainly the one I think they should never even consider is balls and strikes. Reviewing any of those. Maybe plays at bases. And of course baseball is down either line.
Wieters set up inside. Here's the 1-1. It's up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Ibar at third base. The breaking ball missed a little bit high. 3 balls and 1 strike with Pujols on deck. 2-out double for Eric Ibar. Advanced to third on a wild pitch. Eric now with a 7-game hitting streak.
Either a slider or split finger fastball from Gonzalez in a fastball count against Stroud. He does have an open base, but he does have Albert Pujols on deck. First time we've seen a full count in the game for Gonzalez.
Payoff pitch to Trout. Off the end of the bat, foul.
If there's a slider, looked like that might have been a split finger fastball.
Angels getting a solo home run, leading off the 2nd inning from Mark Trumbo. Looking to push across a 2nd run. Ibar at third. Another 3-2. This one's fouled off to the right.
It's good to see Mike Trout starting to get those at-bats where he sees a number of pitches, fights off pitchers' pitches, looking for a pitch that he can drive. A lot of power right there in Trumbo and Hamilton.
Swing and a miss, and he got him with a fastball away, and the inning comes to an end. 3 in the books here at the Big A, 1-0 Angels. A 1-0 Angels, courtesy of the Trumbo home run. 2, 3, and 4 for Baltimore here in the 4th against Jason Vargas, Machado, Markakis, and Jones. Manny Machado hit a fly ball to right field in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Orioles third baseman.
Nice changeup first pitch. If you have that ability to throw a changeup, throw for a strike first pitch, it sets up all your other pitches.
Throws bunt, takes low. Kayaspo playing back at third base. Machado got into 51 games last year, 262, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs, native of Miami. First round pick of 2010. This one's bounced over to third. Kayaspo's got it. 1 away. Take a look at our Twitter poll question of the series. Who is the best young pitcher in Major League Baseball? Matt Harvey, Matt Moore, Steven Strasburg. The hashtags are down at the bottom. We'll tally up a total. Give you a running total tonight and the overall total for the series Sunday afternoon. The Angels and the Orioles wrap up this 4-game set.
That's some serious fastballs, all three. Can rush it up there, 95 to 97 range.
Although there may be or it may not be something going on with Steven Strasburg.
There's a lot of discussions, yeah.
It's pretty good numbers to have a quote-unquote issue with.
Yeah.
He's so pedestrian, isn't he? This will bounce foul up the first base line.
I mean, his changeup's like 90, 91. Take that for my fastball.
You and me both, brother.
Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to throw you a 90-mile-an-hour changeup. Oh, you're going to be sitting on that? I'll go 99.
Dial it up.
Then when you think you're on my fastball, I'll throw my curveball too.
1-1 pitch. Kekis fouls it off the left. 1-2 now. Orioles right fielder hit a fly ball to J.P. Shuck to end the first. So he's 0 for 1. Vargas' 1-2 pitch in the air toward right center field. Trout giving chase, tracking it down.
So this jammed him just enough. Did not allow him to get that bat head out quick enough to drive it out, because that was a pitch he could hit. But got inside on him just enough. After all speed away, fastball in. Didn't get all of it, but hit it well, but not well enough. This Trout runs that one down. That might have been dangerous early in the count. He looks in early, then tries to go away when he's behind in the count.
So 2 outs, bases clear for the center fielder, Adam Jones. Jones hit a fly ball to Trumbo in the second. This one pulled to third. Callaspo to the backhand. A 1-2-3 inning for Vargas. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, and it's 1-0 Angels. Mark Trumbo, the leadoff home run of the second inning. Jason Vargas with 1 strikeout, 1 walk so far tonight. Here in the fourth, Miguel Gonzalez to face Pujols, Trumbo, and Hamilton. 3, 4, and 5 for the Angels. The Angels left Eric Ibar stranded at third base with the 2-out double and then the wild pitch putting him over there. Trout struck out.
Vargas is dealing so far. After a number of fly ball outs, he's gotten 4 ground ball outs to Callasco at third base.
Gonzalez with 3 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. The home run to Trumbull, the double to Ibar. Albert is 0 for 1. He popped out. First time up to Chris Davis in foul territory. Again with 3 infielders on the left side. Davis off the line at first. Neal 1. Popped up. And a play on the first base side, and it's an 0-2 count. Albert picked up a home run yesterday. His 5th of the year, 480th of his career.
So far, he's seen a curveball and a 4-seam fastball.
Foul off the right. But going back to Monday, Albert has a total of 5 hits this week, 3 of which have been home runs.
We saw last night a couple well-hit baseballs to right center field for him. Eventually a home run to left center field.
This one pulled toward the hole, and that's a base hit. Even with the overshift on, Albert is on board with a leadoff single.
Boy, Mark Trumbo coming up now after that base hit by Pujols. We're going to show you why he was able to drive that ball out of the ballpark. He had great balance throughout. Here's his big thing for him. He has that leg kick right there to be able to create balance, and then gets that baseball out in front of the plate and through his swing and absolutely crushes it. And he still had good balance through the swing to create that lift on the baseball to get it out of the yard. Two for 2 with 2 home runs against him.
Not quite ownership yet.
No, but that's why he threw an all-speed pitch, first pitch.
Yeah. Home run is 7th of the year. The RBI his 18th. Pujols, the RBI leader for the Angels with 19. Albert over at first with a leadoff single to start this 4th. 1-0. Back inside with the fastball.
Well, when you look at Mark Trumbo, even in the on-deck circle up to the plate, he has that concentration. Reminds me a lot of Mark McGwire, where they focus in on an area, looking for the bat, trying to maintain balance, and look to drive a baseball.
Casilla, the second baseman, shading him toward the middle. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So they may have gotten a piece of the bat and fouled back into Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire.
Weeder's going to give Manny Gonzalez a little breather, walk out to the mound. We always like to see out of a catcher. Same thing happens sometimes when the catcher gets hit by a foul tip. The umpire will walk out to the pitcher just to give a breather.
One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the 4th. And he got him with a fastball. Challenged him down and in. One out.
Number 32, Josh
You gotta have confidence in your ability on the mound to be able to throw a fastball in that spot against a power hitter like Trumbo. The late movement, sink action on that 2-seam fastball gets the swing and miss. Gonzalez maintains his mechanics very well also.
Josh Hamilton at the plate. He struck out looking his first time. Skies the first one on the third base side. Machado drifting into foul territory. 2 outs.
Well, when I look at Gonzalez, a little bit like Tyler Chatwood, the way he drives the back leg towards home plate. Chatwood now over with the Colorado Rockies. Years ago did a nice job in the rotation for the Angels.
So the leadoff single, and Pujols still standing at first base. And here's Howie Kendrick. Howie grounded out to Casilla. Second. 0 for 1 tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Howie now has the count.
Good time for him to look for a fastball and try to drive it in the alley now. Howie with 6 career home runs and 28 RBI in his career versus Baltimore.
Two-0, back up the middle of base hit. Pujols will advance to second. The Halos with runners at first and second now. 2 outs. Callaspo coming up.
Howie right back up the middle approach. Didn't try to do a whole lot with that pitch because it's on the outer half and up the middle for a base hit.
Alberto's 0 for 1. An off-speed pitch in the second inning. It rolled out to Casilla, the second baseman. First action since April the 11th, being activated today. And Andrew Romine being sent down. One ball, no strikes. Nolan Reimold very shallow in left field. Jones shallow at center. Markakis at normal depth and right. Miguel Gonzalez last year pitching 18 games with Baltimore. His rookie season, made 15 starts at 9-4 with a 3.25 ERA. Just over 100 innings last season, 105 in the third to be exact. The 1-0 pitch.
Well, he threw the ball real well in the playoff appearance he made against the Yankees. 7 innings, just 1 earned run allowed for him.
Very composed out on the mound. We saw that last year in that start here.
And another one of these Baltimore pitchers that doesn't waste a lot of time, stays right on that dirt on the mound.
1-1's popped up. Casilla, the second baseman, has the call, and the catch on the dirt in the inning will come to an end. 4 complete here at the Big A, and it's still 1-0 Angels.
At 1:05 p.m. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels fedora hat courtesy of Chronic Tacos while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at Angels Stadium Ticket Office or Angels.com. Can't wait for that fedora hat, Victor. You're going to look good in that with your day off there tomorrow.
Yeah. Those are large fedoras, too.
He'll be looking cool walking around, especially down in Houston with that on also.
Yeah. I'm just your caddy. I'll just carry it around for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Vargas to face Davis, Wieters, and Hardy here in the 5th inning. Angels run coming courtesy of the Mark Trumbull home run in the 2nd. Chris Davis grounded out, broke his bat as he rolled out to Alberto Callasco in the 2nd inning. And he jammed him again. Fastball in on the hands. And Davis may have hurt himself as he crossed the bag. Davis was hustling down the line and almost beat that out. The question is,
it doesn't look like he's feeling real good now. We've seen that a lot this year at the base. Boy, jams him. Ground ball once again to Callasco, who's been busy. And then stepping right on the base right away. He's grabbing his leg. Or the AL Player of the Month. Doesn't look real comfortable going down the line. He hustled all the way through, which you want to see from a baseball player.
And Matt Wieters takes inside for ball 1.
I think he's grabbing the knee area for him.
One ball, one strike. Wieters drew a walk in the 2nd inning. That's not a good sign there. I'm going to put the pressure down, heading down the steps. This one's looped out towards shallow right. Howie Kendrick is drifting out. Drops.
A nice read on that pop-up for Howie.
Shortstop number 2, J.J. Hardy.
And you can see him going hard down the line. Just as he hits the base, the knee. At that point, you can see him really having a tough time putting any pressure on it as he steps on the base, tries to beat that one out.
It almost looked like you're right at impact. It almost like it gave out a little bit because that left foot dragged after the bat.
Exactly. It's what happens when you run down that base and you're extending your leg as far as you can to get to the base, but then you land with that stiff leg on that hard base. And right away you saw him struggling, and he couldn't put any weight on it.
0-1 pitch to J.J. Hardy. Misses punch to the right side, a base hit. So a 2-out knock. Puts a man on for the Orioles. First hit allowed by Vargas. Keep the inning alive for Steve Pearce.
Again, if you're Jason Vargas, you'll take that. You don't want to give up any hits, but if it's a ground ball, you're doing your job keeping the ball down. You just give the credit to the hitter for that approach and going the other way with the pitch.
So here's Steve Pearce. DH popped out to Howie Kendrick in the 3rd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Pearce last year with Baltimore played in 28 games, 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in. One of those home runs was here in that game that Gonzalez won. Proved to be the game winner. 1 ball, no strikes. What an odyssey for Pearce last year, too. Originally the Pirates system. Last year he went to spring training with Minnesota, was released, signed a minor league deal with the Yankees. Was acquired by the Orioles on June the 2nd. Designated for assignment by the Orioles on July 21st. Claimed on waivers by Houston on July 28th. Designated for assignment by Houston. Claimed on waivers by New York on August 27th. Designated for assignment and then claimed by the Orioles on September 29th.
That's some serious movement. Some mileage.
That's a career for some. He did it all in 1 year. It was like a back and forth between the Yankees and the Orioles.
So he wasn't buying a house. He was living in an apartment at that point.
There's no doubt. That corporate housing is what he was going for, that furnished apartment.
Yes.
3 balls and no strikes. And he walked him on 4 pitches. Second time that Vargas has had to work from the stretch. So the Orioles here with 2 men on. And 2 outs with Casilla coming up.
Good idea for Iannetta to go out there and have a conversation with Vargas. This to try to get him back on track. Sometimes when you haven't pitched a whole lot out of the stretch position, you kind of forget your release point. Because he has a different way of delivering a baseball from the stretch as compared to the full windup. More of a hip turn to create balance. Can't do that quite as much with guys on base.
Casilla grounded out sharply to Kayasma in the 3rd inning. 1 ball, no strikes. All of a sudden, that working from a stretch thing is kind of throwing him off a little bit.
You know, we talked about him, the full windup. He has that hip turn similar to what you see from King Felix, where it creates good balance for him. But at a stretch, you can't do that quite as much.
Pointed it out last night with Casilla. A year ago yesterday was the guy who made the last out in the Jared Weaver no-hitter with that fly ball to right to Torrey Hunter. He's a member of the Twins. Way inside.
He's been involved in some pretty big plays. One, he the one who got the base hit against the Tigers to help the Twins win that play-in game a few years ago also.
28 years of age and native of the Dominican Republic. A one-time member of the Angels farm system. Two-one pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, off the glove, deflected right to Howie. That will end the inning. How about that?
I like it. Good reaction too from Vargas.
We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Angels still up 1-0. Did a nice job of throwing that glove up there. Otherwise, we'd be at least tied at 1. Perhaps he'd still be out there pitching as he deflected that ball off the bat of Alexi Casilla and get the out. Ryan Flaherty takes over at first base. Chris Davis no longer in the ball game. Came out as he crossed the bag, leading off the top of the inning.
And the reason why Vargas makes that play or deflects it, because he lands in good fielding position and he got his glove up there just enough to deflect it.
Iannetta, Shock, and Ibar. 8-9-1 for the Angels here in the 5th inning. Broken bat roller toward 3rd. And Machado's got it. This copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority of Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Here's J.B. Shuck, the left fielder. Shuck's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Davis at first base in the third inning. Breaking ball is in there.
Only 57 pitches thrown from Gonzalez, 41 strikes.
Breaking pitch, pulled through the right side. There's a one-out knock for J.B. Fifth hit of the night for the Angels.
Now this could get interesting now for Mike Sochi. Shuck, who runs pretty well, and you got Ibar, who handles the bat well. You might see a hit and run coming up here in the first or second pitches of this sequence against Ibar. Gonzalez very quick to the plate, difficult to steal against. We talked about Wieters with that strong arm. You're more apt to go hit and run as compared to a straight steal.
Eric's 1 for 2, doubled off the wall in right field in the third inning. That came with 2 outs, and eventually he was stranded at third base. Machado's in on the grass at third base. Step off and a throw over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on for Baltimore, 1 run. 5 hits, no errors, 3 left on for the Angels so far. The only run in this ball game, courtesy of Mark Trumbo's 7th home run, leading off the second.
Gonzalez last year allowed 2 stolen bases in 5 attempts. Very quick to the plate, has not allowed a stolen base against him this year either.
Both Hardy and Casilla at short and second respectively, cheating in a couple of steps. With the sweep of Shuck at first, and Ibar in the batter's box. Here's the first one. Down and away. It's just, I don't know, just smart pitching right there. Just for some reason, I love that pitch. The speed guy at first, speed guy at the plate. Your third baseman's playing in. You run a sinker off the plate. If he swings at it, it's a little nubber. At least you get 1 out of it.
Or if he misses it, it's a perfect pitch to throw out a would-be base stealer.
Wieters set up outside. They'll throw over to first.
Well, Shuck looked like he was leaning. Again, this Baltimore team, difficult to steal a base against. Quick to the plate from, we saw that last night with Tillman. Gonzalez quick here, and Wieters with a great arm. That's why the hit and run is a better strategy against them.
One-0 pitch, boy, waved at the off speed. 1-1.
That was a real good split finger fastball.
One pitch. It's down low.
And now you have the perfect hit and run count. 2-1 with 1 out. Again, you want to create an opportunity where you have their infielders for Baltimore moving around out of their comfort zone. More difficult to make a play when the ball is hit on the ground when you're moving.
Little slow roller to the right side. Kasiakin's charging in. Thought about going to second, but it's only placed to first. 2 outs. And again, Gonzalez got Ibar out in front with that off-speed pitch.
And that's the key against Eric Ibar. If you're a pitcher, you try to get him to reach out on an off-speed pitch, because if it's a fastball, he's jumping all over like he did his last at bat. Hit a rocket off the wall for a double.
So Trout steps up with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. The Halos are 0 for 2 with men in scoring position tonight. Mike struck out the end of third with Eric Ibar at third base. Strike on a corner.
And keep in mind, strong throwing arms in the outfield here for Baltimore.
This one's driven out to straightaway center field. Chasing Adam Jones. Backfield going back at the wall. Gone! A big fly for Mike Trout. Dead central makes it 3-0 Halos.
Boy, two good swings in this game against Gonzalez for Trout. One that was tracked down by Jones in center. This one over the wall in center field. Fourth home run, now 19 RBI on the season for Mike Trout. It's a breaking pitch, a slider, but what a good swing on that slider there from Trout. This spinning up there. You can see that dot on the seams of the baseball. That means it's a slider. It's spinning up, and it stayed up.
Albert takes the breaking ball high for ball one.
Trout and Trumbo going yard in the same game again.
That home run gets you 2 more runs batted in. 19 on the season. Tied with Albert now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pujols 1 for 2. Singled in the 4th. The Angels as a team now at 30 home runs on the year. Ground ball to third. Machado, the third baseman, has it. And the inning will come to an end, but the Halos pick up a couple of runs. Mike Trout with his 4th home run of the season, a 2-run shot to straightaway center field. He's played 5 here at the Big A. 3-0 Angels. Solo shot. Trout with a 2-run shot. Goes top of the order. Let's take a look at the home run, the pitch thrown to Trout.
Well, we talked about it a lot when a slider's come and the spin of the seams, it becomes that dot. You can read that as a hitter. And clearly Trout read that, got it up in the zone, and drove that ball to dead center field for a 2-run home run. Good read on that. Good hitters can read the seams, whether it's a fastball or a slider.
Sharply hit. Eric Ibar to his left, got it. 1 out. Weimel robbed of a would-be base hit. First down here in the 6th.
Well, you're seeing a lot of good defensive plays here because of the fact you have a pitcher throwing a lot of strikes, working quickly. Hit well, but Ibar, that great range. Mike Scioscia has touched on that, waiting for Eric Ibar to get back into the lineup. His ability to be able to get those ground balls that look like they would be base hits.
Manny Machado looks at his strike. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to right and a ground ball to third. Good on-speed pitch. Vargas ahead of the count. This one off the end of the bat.
It's so fun to hear and talk with hitters about the dynamics of how they read a pitch. Knuckleballs, there's no movement at all as far as the seams. Two-seam fastball has a similar type action. Four-seam different. But always the talk was when you see a slider, that dot coming out as far as the seams, it's either going to be a situation where you can take it, or if it's up in the zone, you can crush it.
Very tough pitch if you've got it going. The slider plus spotting your fastball as Machado takes that pitch inside. 2-2 now. You're almost at the mercy where you kind of almost have to guess.
And if the guy has a hard slider and hard fastball, then your chances of reacting become even harder as a hitter.
2-2 rolled down the line, backhanded by Callaspo. Third baseman throws down another 2 outs.
Callaspo showing some great range in this game. Backhand, has all the confidence in the world in that strong throwing arm to get Machado going down the line. It's 5 ground ball outs in the game for Callaspo. And you know that as a third baseman with a left-handed pitcher, you're going to be active in that spot.
Breaking ball to Markakis is in for a strike. Orioles right fielder twice has hit a fly ball out. 1 to left, 1 to center. Vargas at 67 pitches thus far. 41 strikes. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 1 hit allowed. Breaking pitch, called strike.
Don't you think a fastball on the outside corner at the knees would just lock him up right now? Because he's probably thinking, all right, he's going to try to sneak a fastball in. I might be ready for that one. Fastball away is going to freeze him.
He went fastball, but about the inside part of the plate. Markakis went down foul.
Iannetta wanted that fastball away, but it ran in. Markakis late. Now you could probably go up and in with a fastball against him.
In dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Angels in the bottom of the inning will have Trumbo, Hamilton, and Kendrick coming up against Gonzalez. This one's hit sharply to second. Howie's got it on 1 hop. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jason Vargas. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels still on top. Mark Trumbull to lead things off. Nice job thus far for Jason Vargas through 6 innings. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and just 1 hit. That was a 2-out single to J.J. Hardy in the 5th inning. Gonzalez, the right-handed starter for Baltimore, 67 pitches so far, 48 of them strikes. Trumbull grounds one to short. J.J. Hardy's got it. 1 out. Mark is 1 for 3 now. That home run, a strikeout, and a ground out. As a matter of fact, Gonzalez has 4 strikeouts tonight. No walks. He's given up 6 hits.
Yeah, the odd thing about Gonzalez, though, he's allowed now 6 home runs this year, but all the right-handed batters. And being a right-handed pitcher, that tells me one thing, that his breaking pitch, his slider, isn't as effective as it should be from the right side against right-handed batters. His split finger is very effective against lefties.
Hamilton taking a big rip there. Comes up empty. It's an 0-1 count. He's 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a pop up to third.
We can see the frustration for Hamilton. He's had 2 fastballs that he felt in his mind he should crush.
Two outs. Serving as a DH tonight.
Boy, after 2 fastballs in the inner half, goes upstairs with a 4-seam fastball to get the swing and miss. What you're seeing there from Hamilton, he's caught in between guessing off speed or fastball. You still, as a hitter, you look fastball first and adjust to off speed.
1-0 count on Howie Kendrick. Had a base hit in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. Caught the outside corner. Took something off. Fastball in 1-2 now. Baltimore in the 7th inning will have 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Jones, Flaherty for his first plate appearance. Chris Davis was taken out of the game with apparent right knee injury. It's lined into the seats. Watch out. And they've gotten someone down there. Just behind the Orioles on deck circle.
And that went into the stands real fast.
How he fouls it off. Two outs and the base is clear. Another 1-2. Reach for that off speed.
Pretty good job of just keeping your bat alive for Howie. That's a tough pitch to make any contact with.
He's going firm stuff away. Number of pitches, all of a sudden for that off speed. You think you're on
you
it.
better,
way out front.
Yeah, you better get the bats started quickly when you're trying to catch up to 93. And then you see that pitch. Off speed, splitter, away.
He stays away again. Now he's taking care of the first base side with souvenirs.
You better be ready on the right side here if you're in the stands.
Heads up if you haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, be ready. Away, away, away with all the pitches. Fastball, breaking ball, split finger fastball. 8 pitches already in this at bat for Kendrick.
And Wieters is set up outside. Ground ball back toward the middle. J.J. Hardy from behind the bag has it. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Gonzalez. We've played 6 here at the Big A, and the Angels lead it 3-0. Done a nice job. Mentioned at the top of the show how well he threw the ball against the Seattle Mariners last weekend. A complete game. He's one-upping it so far.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well. 6 innings pitches, 1 hit allowed for Jason Vargas after a solid performance of 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, both solo shots up in Seattle.
Adam Jones to lead things off for Baltimore here in the 7th. He'll be followed by Ryan Flaherty and then Matt Wieters. 71 pitches for Vargas, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 1 hit. Adam Jones 0 for 2. Fly ball to right, and a ground ball to third.
And he sells that changeup so well. Hitters think fastball, very smooth delivery, and hits a spot at 81. And you back it up with 89 inside. If you can go both sides of the plate like that, if you're Jason Vargas, then all of a sudden you have hitters up there guessing against you. And that's what you want to do.
0-2 pitch. He's going to stand off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trout playing Jones the opposite way as he had to protect there. That's an emergency hack.
He's almost thinking in terms of back-to-back fastballs inside. He was going to throw a changeup away and just barely fouled off that fastball. Well, if you have confidence, you can go right back inside with a fastball.
Two and two. This one's hit in the air toward left field. Chasing shot back. Still going back. Leaps up, can't get it. It's off the wall. It'll ricochet back to Trout. Jones rounds second. He's going to try to go to third and slams on the brakes as Trout threw a strike to Howie Kendrick, the trail runner or trail cutoff man. And it's a long double for Jones, and that's his 12th of the year.
A great backup by Trout being in that position. Chuck tried to leap up and make that play, but Trout backing him up. Is that baseball in quickly? No reason to be the first out at third base. If you're Adam Jones, he ends up stopping and getting back to second base. He's thinking triple all the way, but because the Trout's there to be able to back him up, he has to get back. He would have been out at third base, it looked like.
Yeah, a little stumble, too, coming around the bag. First time the leadoff man has reached against Vargas. Flaherty will look at his strike. First plate appearance for the youngster, taking over for Davis at first base. He got the start last night at second base and looked pretty good defensively. Made some nice plays at second base. Hitting 109, 3 doubles, a home run, and 3 runs batted in. Breaking pitch fouled off.
It looked like J.B. Shuck, when he jumped up, looked like he might have got his hand caught in the fence. Might have hurt it, grabbing it right there. But again, you have Mike Trout in position to help him up, backing it up.
No 2 on the way. Flaherty fouls it off. Adam Jones with his 12th double, standing at second base. 3-0 Angels here in the 7th. A bouncer to second base. That will advance the runners. Now Flaherty. Run away.
Got him reaching for that off-speed pitch. Flaherty did his job as far as advancing Jones to third base. But if you're Jason Vargas, you're looking for outs at this point of the game.
Infield back, of course. They'll give up the run for the out as Weeder steps in. A walk and a pop-up to Kendrick. 0 for 1 tonight. Orioles catcher. That first one was inside. Again, tomorrow's game is on Big Fox. Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, Ken Rosenthal will have the call.
A chance to say hi to Tim McCarver here. He was here today.
This one rolled to third. Callaspo's got it. Throws home. Jones is counted a rundown. 2 outs.
That's a well-played rundown also. Excellent job by the Angels there. Not only you get the out, but you prevent Weeders from getting into scoring position himself. Solid play by Callaspo, who's been great at third base this entire game. Ground ball right away, decision to come home. And well done by Chris Iannetta, running him back quickly and then get rid of the baseball and allowing Callaspo to apply a tag to keep Weeders also at first base. Well done all around.
J.J. Hardy takes the breaking ball low. Hardy's 1 for 2. Base hit to right field in the 5th inning. One ball, 1 strike. Short lead at first for Weeders. Here's the 1-1. Hardy hits one over to short. Off the end of the bat. Ibar will go the short way. The inning comes to an end. It's a leadoff double and no damage. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. 3-0 Halos. Vargas giving up that double to Adam Jones, but not allowing any runs to come across. It's some quality pitches. We start the bottom of the 7th inning with the Angels up by the score of 3-0. Miguel Gonzalez is done after 80 pitches. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 of which were home runs, 3 runs all earned. He had 5 strikeouts and no walks.
He threw the ball well also. Just that Jason Vargas has been a little bit better than him tonight.
Troy Patton, the left-hander, takes over on the mound. 1-0 record, a 2.31 ERA. Patton pitching in his 12th game, 11 2/3 innings. 5 punch-outs, 5 walks. Alberto Callaspo, Chris Iannetta, and J.B. Shuck as Alberto's down in front of the off-speed pitch.
And Patton fastball 86-92. Good slider, curveball, and changeup. There's a lot of sliders. On the left side there.
Sorry, Gooby. Callaspo's 0 for 2. Ground ball to second and a pop-up to second. Count it up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Troy Patton, 27 years of age. Houston, Texas native. Fastball pops this one up. Wieters and Machado near the swing circle, on deck circle.
And that's an extremely tough play for both Wieters and Machado. Not only had to deal with the ball going towards the seats, but also the on-deck circle where you have bats, the pine tar, the weighted bat over in that area. Very difficult to be able to see the ball and not be distracted by all that stuff in the on-deck circle.
Two balls, 2 strikes. There's a lot of junk in the on-deck circle.
Yeah.
It's almost like a pitcher's locker, right?
Yes.
Getting ready for a game.
Yeah.
Allegedly. A full count. I know that's been all the rage all of a sudden.
All of a
Clay
sudden.
Buchholz.
Yeah, that's the discussion all around baseball. Just because he's, 6-0 with a great ERA, he's always had great stuff. He's sort of no-hitter in his career.
3-2 is fouled off to the right. That was his rookie season, if I remember correctly.
Exactly. Remember, I think he might have had his first start against the Angels, and he had a no-hitter into the 5th inning there.
Yeah. Patton originally in the Houston Astros organization, a 9th round pick. Came over to Baltimore, then Miguel Tejada trade as he walks Callaspo to lead off this 7th inning. Fans, one of the most affordable ways to see the Halos is with the family pack. This pack includes, Gooby, write this down, 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for how much? $59.
$59.
The next family pack game is Sunday, when the Halos take on the Baltimore Orioles at 12:35, and Garrett Richards is going to get to start on Sunday afternoon. To purchase this pack, just visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com/funpack
For $59.
Chris Iannetta up. Flip over to first. Callaspo's back. Iannetta's 0 for 2 tonight. Strike behind the plate for the first time since Monday. A strikeout and a ground ball to third. One ball, no strikes. And it's a 2-0 count on Chris Iannetta.
And the need to add on here.
Iannetta lifts one out to shallow left field. Reimel comes in. One out. He was geared up for it, just got it off the end of the bat.
Boy, this is reaction running down the line. He felt he had a pitch to hit out of the ballpark and just got underneath it, running down, held onto the bat, and let it go at that point halfway down the first baseline. But he felt that was a pitch he wanted to crush.
So J.B. Shuck will step to the plate. 1 out, 1 on. Shuck's 1 for 2. Ground ball to first and a single with a run scored in the 5th inning. 0-1. 3 runs for the Angels coming via the long ball. Trumbo, solo shot in the 2nd. Leading off that 2nd inning, his 7th of the year. And then Trout, a 2-run shot. That came in the 5th, his 4th. A bunt up the third base line. Wieters picks it up, turns it out, fires at first, and safe at first, and into a base hit for J.B. Shuck. And Wieters did everything imaginable that you could do as a catcher.
Well, when that bunt was put down by Shuck, I was thinking, Wieters, you might as well just hold on to that baseball. But he bounced out quickly, got himself in perfect throwing condition. He starts turning his body as he's fielding the baseball to have a better chance to make an accurate throw to first base. Shuck going quickly down the line, But look how he has his body turned right away to be able to throw a perfect strike to first base.
So 2 on and 1 out. Eric Ibar at the plate. Looking for the right side for the first time. He swings the first one, fouls it back. Eric's 1 for 3, doubled in the 3rd inning. His 3rd double of the year, extending his hitting streak to 7 games. Trout is on deck. One ball, one strike on Ibar. Callasco, leadoff walk, stands at second. Shuck is at first. That's off the plate. 2-1.
A good fastball count here for Eric Ibar.
2-1 pitch popped up. Foul territory. Flaherty comes in. 2 outs.
Boys, Mike Scioscia has to be proud of the job that, even though it's the opponent, what Matt Wieters did. He got it. That baseball was already turning his body to be able to have a better opportunity to throw that perfect strike to first base. A lot of times a catcher will field that off balance and throw it, and it'll be in the right field. But there's a reason why Matt Wieters has won Gold Gloves behind the plate. Got himself in good throwing position.
Here's Trout upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Mike is 1 for 3. 2-run home run in the 5th inning. Now with 19 runs batted in. Off-speed pitch, got him out in front a little bit. Let's go back to that 5th inning. 2-out home run against Miguel Gonzalez.
Well, got a slide, and it's a perfect swing. 2 really good swings. One that was tracked down by Jones in center. This time over the wall in center field. And crushes Dino Ebel's hand as he goes around.
He actually drove Dino into the ground.
Yes. What if Dino, when you have games like this, when Trumbo and Trout have gone yard, he's got to go in there and ice his hand after the game. Boy, 7-1. The Angels last year when the TNT boys have gone yard. 1-0 so far this year up in Oakland.
Ground ball through the left side of base hit. Callasco's being waved around. He is going to score. Shuck is caught up between second and third. It's a 4-0 Angels lead. Shuck is safe at third base, and Trout advances to second. What a poorly executed rundown by the Orioles. Typically a fairly fundamentally sound ball club.
Yeah, it was. And of course, the thing that J.B. Shuck did well, when he committed to third base, he realized there was going to be a play at third, so he stopped. That way he can get a rundown and allow Callasco to score. We saw it in Oakland when Mark Trumbo didn't quite cross the plate when Hamilton was tagged out at third. He reads that and stops and forces the throw to third and then gets in a rundown. And did a nice job. Once he read that there was no coverage at third base, he was going to slide in there.
No double clutch there by Alexi Casilla cost the Orioles. That's going to be it for Patton. With Pujols due up, they're going to go to Pedro Strop, the right-handed reliever. So we've got ourselves a pitching change here in the 7th inning, as Trout has picked up his 3rd RBI of the ballgame. Buck Showalter getting an explanation of what went on in that rundown. A pitching change here in the 7th. The Angels leading it by the score 4-0. But 4-0 Angels leading. Albert Pujols will step to the plate. Facing the right-hander Pedro Strop. 0-1 mark, a 7 ERA in 12 games this year. Albert looks at a fastball for a strike. 9 innings for Pedro. 9 hits, 9 strikeouts, 8 walks.
That's the thing. Control, an issue. Certainly not the velocity on his fastball. 95 to 98 range.
Swinging a miss on the slider.
He's got a great slide you see there, and he also has a split finger fastball.
Off speed, got him looking. Pujols sees 3 pitches, and his at-bat comes to an end. But the Angels tack on a run, but through 7. Halos lead it 4-0. Top of the 8th inning. I want to remind you that MLB.com At Bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Angels baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and much, much more. Text At Bat to 31826 or log on at Angels.com for more details. Jason Vargas back out of the bump. 7 solid innings so far. 2 hits allowed, 1 strikeout, 2 walks.
13 ground ball outs for Vargas in the game.
He's going to face 8, 9, and 1 here in the 8th inning. Pierce, Casilla, and Reimel. It's a strike on the outside corner. Pierce, the DH, is 0 for 1. Popped out to Kendrick in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 5th. The only base on balls issued by Jason. '88th pitch of the night for Vargas.
Boy, just a great changeup, Victor, there. After a fastball away, breaking ball. Wouldn't be surprised if you see him back it up with another changeup.
Missed inside.
.90 pitches thrown for Vargas, 57 in the strike zone.
Lifted in the air to left. KB Shuck moves in and over. Mike Trout calls him off. 1 out. Vargas' last start, 107 pitches. That was against Seattle, the 8 innings. Season high in pitches thrown, 109. 2 starts ago, and that was right here against Texas. This will be the 3rd straight. Really good start for Jason Vargas, even though still winless on the year. Shows bunt, looks at his strike. Jason allowed 3 runs on 7 hits in 7 innings against Texas here. Got a no decision. And it took the loss against the Mariners. Casilla, the second baseman, 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs. Never back to the mound. 2 outs.
Boy, just mixing his pitches so well. We've talked about that even during the wintertime when the Angels acquired Vargas. He's a guy that throws strikes, pitches inside effectively. But once he gets on a roll, could be a big part of this rotation.
Leadoff man and left fielder Nolan Reimold at the plate. Swings the first one, pops it up. Shallow right. Mark Trumbo coming on. And Vargas with a 1-2-3-8. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 4-0 Angels.
Bottom of the 8th inning, hit a home run. His first at bat back, leading off the 2nd inning as the Angels lead this one 4-0. Great job so far by Jason Vargas.
Trumbo leading things off. Fouls off the first pitch from Stroop. 0-1 count. Mark 1 for 3. Homered in the 2nd. Troy Patton gave up a run in 2/3 of an inning. Miguel Gonzalez gave up 3 runs in his 6 innings. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
And it's good to see that power swing from Mark Trumbo.
Here's the 2-1. This is pulled over to third. Machado with a nice play on the short hop. Low throw, and Flaherty digs it out. 1 out.
Well, we highlighted both third basemen as far as the defensive players before the game, and boy, they've done a nice job as far as fielding their position. This ball's a rocket from Trumbo. Machado, low throw, but nice pick by Flaherty. Generally known as a middle infielder, but he's played the outfield in a number of positions for Buck Showalter in Baltimore here for Flaherty.
Josh Hamilton looks at a strike. 0 for 3 tonight. Couple of strikeouts and a pop up to third. Count evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Baltimore with 2 hits tonight. They've stranded 4. The Angels with 8 hits. The Halos have left 5 men on base. Two-one pitch. 2-2. Breaking pitch. It's pulled foul. Baltimore in the 9th inning will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Machado, Markakis, and Jones. Absolutely nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Angels. That's how good Jason Vargas has been tonight. Fouled off. But that right there is a perfect example of where Josh Hamilton is offensively this season. That's a ball that in years past would be about 450 feet somewhere.
And you know it's going to be the case very soon. But as a hitter, all it comes down to is having confidence at the plate again.
A full count. Kendrick is on deck. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Let's go back to our Twitter poll question of the night. Who's the best young pitcher in Major League Baseball? Actually, it's our Twitter question of the series. Matt Harvey getting the votes, 46% of the votes. And a tie between Moore and Strasburg.
Matt Moore was on the hill in Colorado today for Tampa. 4-4, but they scored 3 runs in the top of the 10th. More likely not in the game at that point. He's got devastating stuff. A free and easy 96 from the left side.
Little bouncer toward the middle. J.J. Hardy's got it. And we will head to the 9th with the Angels on top by the score of 4-0. Leading it by the score of 4-0. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Baltimore.
Vargas trying to get his 4th career shutout. The line have back-to-back complete games after a complete game up in Seattle. Been dominant so far. It is 2 hits allowed, 2 walks, 94 pitches thrown for Vargas in this game.
Manny Machado, the third baseman, looks at his strike. He's 0 for 3 tonight with a fly ball to right and a couple of ground ball outs to third. The Angels have a new right fielder, Scott Cousins, taking over. Swinging a miss on the off speed.
Still great command and feel for that changeup. His Cousins in right field taking over for Mark Trumbo. Home run and a number of solid plays early in the game in that right field position for Trumbo.
Off speed, downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 97 pitches thrown by Vargas. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and 2 hits allowed. A single to J.J. Hardy with 2 outs in the 5th, and a leadoff double to Adam Jones in the 7th.
A lot of credit for Chris Iannetta behind the plate, also calling a very good game for Jason Vargas in his first start since that 19-inning marathon in Oakland.
1-2 is a called strike, 3 on the outside corner, 1 down.
Boy, after a couple back-to-back changeups, paints the outside corner with a fastball. Great balance, follow through, paints the corner. Great setup by Chris Iannetta. Good frame also.
Markakis rips one into the alley right center field, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. He's on his way to second with a 1-out double, his first hit of the night. It's his 4th double of the season.
Well, he is a doubles machine. When you look back at his career, 4 times he had 40 or more doubles in a season. Markakis gets a pitch on the inner half and drives it to right center field for a double.
Nestor Frieri begins to just play catch casually in the bullpen, just in case. Adam Jones will come up now, 1 for 3. Doubled in the 7th inning, his 12th of the year.
Starts him off with a breaking ball there.
Right at the century mark.
66 strikes.
The Angels with 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. This one's pulled foul. 0-2 count. $40,140 in the house tonight. Big Bang Friday.
Boy, make him hit your pitch. Expand the strike zone here if you're Vargas against Adam Jones.
Go-to. Swing and a miss. Iannetta will have to throw on to first to complete the strikeout. 2 outs.
And did just that. Expanded the strike zone off speed. Great job. Nice job by Iannetta once again. Also keeping that pitch that he knew was going to be in the dirt area in front of him to be able to throw out Adam Jones at first. Great changeup in the dirt. Well blocked by Iannetta. Bounces up, throws him out. Again, the pitcher gets a lot of the credit when you have a game like this going on so far, but for me, it's always the catcher and that rapport you have with your starting pitcher.
2 outs and a man in scoring position. And it's Ryan Flaherty stepping up. He's 0 for 1, took over for Davis at first base. One ball, no strikes.
Snyder, who we saw in spring training, wearing an Angel uniform there.
Snyder pinch hitting here for Flaherty, partner. Takes down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Snyder was swinging the bat well as far as the power numbers at AAA for the Angels. .342 average, 7 home runs, and 21 runs batted in 21 games for Salt Lake. Orioles acquired him, a minor league deal for right-handed pitcher Rob Delaney. A 3-ball, no-strike count with Wieters on deck. On the corner.
88, 89, 90 with his fastball throughout the game, but his changeup has been the difference maker for him.
Markakis, the base runner at second. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball to third. This should do it. Callasco backs up, fires across, right that baby up as the Angels shut out the Baltimore Orioles by the score of 4-0.
What a job and what an embrace from Chris Iannetta to Jason Vargas, getting his first victory as a Halo, and what an impressive one. His 4th career shutout, a 3-hit shutout, 2 walks, 3 punch-outs, 15 ground ball outs for Jason Vargas. High fives around, that's the best feeling you can get in baseball. The high five from your teammates when you completed the job, especially from the first pitch on. A dominant performance. Home run power from Mike Trout, Mark Trumbo. 3 RBI performance from Mike Trout. A 2-run home run and an RBI single and a mammoth home run early in the second inning by Mark Trumbo. TNT boys provide the power. Jason Vargas was absolutely outstanding on the mound, in complete control. Great changeup, spotted his fastball well, just enough breaking balls to keep him off balance. Continues his mastery of Baltimore with the ERA now under 2 for his career, evening up 2-2 mark. Now we're going to get down to Jose Mota, who's going to talk to the victor. 4th shutout, career shutout for Jason Vargas. Take it away, Jose.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Well, Jason, 40,000 plus cheering you on. How much did you feed off that energy here tonight?
Yeah, it was great. You know, we got a great crowd here. We made some great plays and put together a great game.
How nice is it for you to, reminisce about how many times you pitched in this ballpark as a visitor, be able to get your first win as an Angel, complete game shutout, and to give the fans something to cheer?
Yeah, definitely. It's an awesome place to pitch, and the fans are great, and we're just hoping we get more.
Seems like pretty much well-rounded effort all the way around. Talk to me about the defense behind you and the guys you saw playing, especially on the left side of the infield.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we don't make those plays, the game comes out a lot different. And they made some great plays, early in the game, and it really set the tone for the rest of the game.
You talk about setting the tone for the rest of the game. How about the offense and the support they gave you? Did you feel at one point that was going to be enough?
Well, you never want to put your one foot in front of the other. So, it's just great to see them swing the bats and just put together a great game for the team.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Jason Vargas gets it done. We're going to have Angels live following here as Victor Rojas and Tim Salmon join you from the set. Also, we'll hear from Angels manager Mike Scioscia when we return with Angels Live.